What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining back in. Don't forget, if you're not following, hit the follow button and hit that like button and ring that notification bell to stay up to date with all the newest content. As you notice, we have slowly been picking up our content amount. I just really enjoy making it, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching it. So today we are going to just go through the matches for the CDL this week. So we're on the Breaking Point website. First up today, we have Carolina Royal Ravens versus the Boston Breach. Boston with a pack-a-punch, picking up Spart and dropping Cammy. Although maybe that was a wrong choice because Cammy is frying in challengers. We'll see how that goes out for him. Next, we have Riyadh versus FaZe. We'll go through the pick'ems here in a minute, but I just don't know about this Falcons team. Truly, they're so hit or miss. I can't really decide. Then we have DoorDash, Paris General Mates versus the Cloud9 New York Challengers. Saturday, we have Riyadh Falcons versus the G2 Minnesota. Following that, Toronto Koi versus Miami Heretics. Then the Vancouver Surge against the Carolina Royal Ravens. Probably be a very competitive match, but not one I really want to watch. And then to wrap up Saturday, we have Optic Texas versus LA Thieves. Then to round out the weekend, we start off with Toronto Koi versus Paris General Mates. Toronto Koi is making some positive strides, so who knows, this may be more competitive than we're thinking. Following that, we have FaZe Vegas versus Boston Breach. After that, we have Miami Heretics versus Cloud9 New York. And to round out the weekend, Vancouver Surge versus Optic Texas. So we will go to the pick'ems real quick. I'll just show you guys what I have. I did actually have to change this around a little bit with Boston picking up Carolina. So over here on Friday, I actually had Carolina winning, but I think with the Spart pickup, Boston just has a new look. It'll be a little bit different. And Carolina's been struggling. We thought we saw them in stage 1 go 6-0 online once they picked up Exceed, but I just don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Personally, I don't know if I agree with the Boston Breach change also. I don't know if Cammy would have been the first one I drop off the team. I know that we really like the Snoopy and Purge SMG duo. I like it myself, but they're struggling this title, so we'll just see how that goes. I got that going 3-1 game 4, Boston Breach. Next up, we have FaZe Vegas versus Riyadh Falcons. I have FaZe going 3-1. Riyadh, could this be an upset? Absolutely. But FaZe is just looking pretty solid now that 04 is kind of finding his footing in this lineup. So we'll see how that goes. What does a lineup even look like? So 3-2, 3-0, 3-1, 3-1, 3-0. Okay, so I'm not frying. And then we got a fast 3-0 General Mates over Cloud9 to wrap up the day. After this, we will go to the fantasy team that I'm a part of also. Saturday. Starting off the day, G2 versus Riyadh. I have G2 just taking it. I just believe in this team. I'm not a big fan of anyone specifically on the team. I mean, I like Crimp, I like Estriel. Personally, I think they could probably upgrade from Mamba, even in the current challengers. So I don't know. I think if G2 is going to make a change, that's going to be the change they make. So right now, they're going back and forth with Riyadh. We have an 03, a 3-0, 2-3, 3-2, 2-3. I'm going to give this one to G2, 3-1. Following that, we have Miami versus Toronto. With the Toronto pickup for Kips, dropping Real and then moving CleanX back to the SMG, they're looking better. But this Miami team is just looking phenomenal. I think Trax is showing up and showing out. Is he different than Real? Yes, but I actually like his playstyle just a touch more than Real's with this current roster. I think we need to see Super be a little bit more impactful and consistent on the respawns, and this will be a Sunday team. Next, we have Carolina Royal Ravens versus the Vancouver Surge. I know Vancouver's looking better. TJ's showing out for the S&D. Gwen's finally waking up again. Abe's loading in. But I got the Carolina Royal Ravens taking it 3-1. Lurks is just too good. He's just too good. He's too icy. And rounding out Saturday, we have LA Thieves versus Optic Texas. I'm going to give it to Optic 3-1. They're kind of hit or miss on form online. Whenever we get to land, it's not even going to be a question. With Neum, though, And I know a lot of people are comparing the stats between Kenny and Neum. I don't even think it's really the stats, even though, yeah, the stats are important. I'm going to turn down my mic just a touch. I think the stats are important, but Neum just brings a different pace and brings a different look to the table that Kenny just didn't have at the moment. So would I be surprised if Kenny gets picked up back into the league this season? Probably not. I wouldn't be surprised, but maybe he just wants to sit this game out. Who knows? We'll find out. And then Sunday, our final day for week 3. We start off Gentlemates versus Koi. I just have to give it to the Gentlemates. I mean, the Gentlemates are disgusting. We got Neptune, Ghosty, Envoy, Sib, and even whenever one of them is not hitting, someone else is picking up the slack on that team. So I'm going to give it 3-1 to the Gentlemates. Next, we have Boston Breach versus FaZe Vegas. Once again, I don't really know what to expect from the Breach. I really haven't been staying up with the Challengers a whole lot, but I know that Spart's nasty. He was nasty last game. He's been nasty for multiple games. It was a shame that he hasn't been on a team, realistically, but I'm just going to give it to FaZe Vegas. It's FaZe. You got Simp, for crying out loud. I mean, 3-0, FaZe Vegas. If this is an upset or it's a lot closer than this, I will be pleasantly surprised and happy for the Boston Breach. Next, we have Miami Heretics versus the Cloud9 Challengers. Fast 3-0, little DoorDash there. I think this will be a good match for Trakes and the guys to just pad their stats, truly. Move up on those leaderboards. And then to wrap up the week, we have Optic Texas versus Vancouver Surge. I give it to Optic 3-0. It might be a 3-1. Vancouver Surge might pick up that first S&D. The respawn hasn't looked awful. It's gotten better than what it was. I just don't know if they are going to be able to take it to Optic Texas. I know TJ loves playing against Optic, especially last year. I just don't know if they're going to be able to lock it in for this season, though. I think they're going to need more changes, truly. We're going to save those predictions. We will do the week 4 next week. Now we're going to go over to our fantasy league. I haven't showed this to anyone other than my friends. So this is my lineup for the week. We have Neptune on SMG, Trakes on SMG, Kismet, and Super. If you can't tell, I am the warlord for the ARs. I've just picked up all the recent AR changes, hoping that someone would trade with me. It's no hate, but I would love to trade Trakes out. I think Trakes is a great player, but most weeks I'm not playing Trakes and Super. I try to have different teams for all of my players, just in case if a team has a bad week. But right now I'm actually winning 5-3 with 119 map count. So interesting, or maybe that's just total categories, I'm not sure. Followed by my brother, Corbin, Brandon, Chris, and then the bottom of the league here. This week the matchups are my brother versus Fool. Fool's kind of just a random. We just needed someone else, so I just kind of slotted him in. Sadly, Nick does have Snoopy on his lineup, so that's just tough. It's a tough day. Snoopy, Celium, Sip, Xnid versus Nero, Hook, Mamba, and Crimp. I don't know if G2 has a week like they did last week. Nick could still pull out the win, especially with Celium and Xnid if they show out. And with Snoopy having that new player on his team, maybe Spark just pulls him through and they get some more map wins. So we'll see. Next, we have myself versus Jad. Now, you may be wondering, Dylan, if you never played Trakes and Super on the same week, why are you this week? Well, I will show you, because we are playing Cloud9 New York. And we're playing Koi. That one will at least be a good match. It's not definite for Heretics, but right now I think they are going to take the series. But we're playing Cloud9 New York, so that's easy points for the boys. But he also has medals, so it'll kind of even itself out. They got Scrap and Hydra. Where are they playing? Scrap and Hydra. Let's look here. They got Optic. So they're only playing one match this weekend. So I think I got a pretty easy dub here. Mainly because these two are just playing. And I love Kismet. I'm never going to drop Kismet from my lineup. He's so good. Next, we have Styx and Corbonic. 21-28, 6-28. Craze is really letting this roster down. Joey D, though, could pull through. I mean, we got Draza, Joey D with Kips. Estriel, we never know what's going to happen with the G2 roster. They're either going to show up and be great, or they're going to show up and choke it. Map 5, round 11, so we'll see about that one. I think this will actually be closer than 21-28. 628. So we'll see. And then the last match for the fantasy, we got the Codfather versus Nexus. 20 and 28, 7 and 28. This lineup's nuts. I ran into this lineup. This was my Major 1 weekend that I had to run into. And of course, all these guys, I think Nasty was a different pickup actually. Envoy, tough online. Shotzzy, tough online. And then I run into him on LAN, and 3 of the 4 guys get top 3. So it's just one of the things. But we have Pred online, we have a BZ online, we have Rancor who's going up against Cloud9, and we have Mercules. I mean, 2028, 728, I don't think that's going to be the scoreline. I think that Nexus is actually going to pick up this fat W for the quick win. But once again, guys, if you're not following, if you're not subscribed, go check out the YouTube, check out the Twitch, both DillRod96. Hit that like button and share it with a friend if you don't mind. You guys take it easy, have a great weekend, and we will give an update on the matches on Monday. We have another YouTube video going live around like 3 o'clock. I need to set up the timer for it. It's already uploaded though, it's edited. I just have to upload it to not private on YouTube. So go check that out if you guys get a chance. God bless, have a great weekend, and I'll see you around.